Hey guys, it's me again. I had a couple things I forgot and some technical issues. This camera is not near as good as the one that I used the last time, and apparently Windows 8 does not come with a video editor. Thanks, Microsoft. And it won't install one, so fuck them. Yeah, it's a mess. Anyway, the thing that I forgot that was important, it's very short, was that you can tap the LS sigil directly for power, just like you would any other channeled source of energy. You can just focus on it, draw it in, shape your spell, and throw it. Or if you're doing a ritual, you can, as you're powering the ritual, you can draw on the LS sigil and add that juice to the energy that you're raising to cast your spell. As far as I know, I'm the only person that does this. I've tried to tell people about it, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Whatever. I don't do that." But no, really, give this a shot. Like, try to draw energy from the LS sigil. Now, a word about my own magical practice. Uh, First of all, learn to channel energy. I know that the energy model is out of vogue with a whole lot of chaos magic practitioners. They're like, oh, that's pagan stuff. No, seriously. Uh, it's very, very functional. Um, I know that a lot of people don't jive that way and they want to get away from the woo woo, but no, there's woo woo. You can influence stuff by by energy. You can feel it. You can manipulate it. You can throw it. You can do shit with it. Uh, that just is what it is. Uh, so, my own practice, I use mostly direct manipulation for anything that's not hideously complex. What I will do is I will channel in the energy that I need, including tapping the LS sigil, which is long story. I've got one in my palm. It's there was a thing that happened that now I can just tap it. You will probably need to draw it, have a thing, visualize it strongly, whatever. I've got it right there. It happened. Anyway, but what you do is you draw in your sources of energy. This is for direct manipulation. You hold your intent strongly in your mind. You call up your own power. You mix that all together and you throw it. What this means is that any spell I cast, just about any one that is not just huge, takes me less than 30 seconds. Usually less than 10. There you go. That's my usual spellcasting time for whatever. And it works just as well as a long form ritual. Um, people scoff at me when I tell them how many spells I've cast. I figured it up once. It's over 73,000. And they're like, oh, bullshit, you're making that up. No, really, because of my direct manipulation that I can just throw at something, and my attitude of throwing at whatever it occurs to me to try to influence just to see what'll work. That, I went with an average of about 10 a day. I've been doing this for about 20 years. That adds up to 73,000 spells. Okay? I'm not shitting. I've done this a lot. It takes work to get good. How many spells have you cast? How many spells does anybody that you know of cast? I cast a lot of goddamn spells. And by spells here, I'm talking any attempt to influence my reality. Whether that be make that leaf blow the other way, or summon me a cup of coffee, or you know, make that guy shut the fuck up, or whatever. I'll try it. I'll just give it a shot and see what happens. And by doing that, I figure out, you know, where reality will reliably bend. And magic, its tendencies over time. You know, every single time you do it, it's not going to work, of course. It's just like with anything. Every single time you do it, you know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. That's okay. Magic's the same way. But when, like, you observe reality when you didn't do the thing, and then in similar circumstances, you did the thing and it went differently, when there's a whole lot more on this side than there are on this side, well then you're getting somewhere. This is somewhere that reality will actually move, and you do have to pay attention to the times that you didn't do the thing, or when, you know, just reality unaltered, when you're not trying to mess with it. This is important. But that has only a very little to do with the LS sigil. But anyway, that's just kind of a glimpse into how I roll magically. I just throw shit. Okay, somebody asked me if you had to draw the LS sigil exactly, or if it had to physically be there for it to work. The answer is no. You know, there is a point at which a symbol becomes not that symbol. But, you know, people have made all sorts of variants on the LS sigil. You know, sometimes they'll leave off the dot, they'll mess with the arrows and turn them into little gewgaws to do different things. All of this I tend to do with my intent when I draw it. I draw it pretty much the same way every time, just because it's me. I made the thing, I know how it works. But other people have played with it, you know, to see, like for the blast tags, the input tags, the empowerment tags, the whatever you want to do with this, they'll do a different thing to it. They'll physically alter the sigil, and the vast majority of them still work. They're still the LS sigil. They still do the LS thing. At some point, that I don't know how far away from the original design you have to get before it stops being that. And it may not, you know, if you intend for it to be the LS sigil, it may still do the LS thing, even if you know, it's a circle with a line through it. I don't know, I haven't played with it, honestly. If you want to play with that and see how that goes, sure, go for it. Let me know what happens. As far as the physical sigil having to be there, yes, you can just project it with your mind and have an effect either on a space or a thing that is happening. You can LS the shit out of something without physically drawing the sigil. In fact, I did that to the camera the other night, and I lost 20 minutes of footage accidentally because it just, it was fucked up. Let me tell you. Oh shit, I forgot to word this camera. I hope this works. Anyway, yeah, shit, I do that to douchebags in traffic. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch, you're gonna have an interesting day. Fuck off. But you can do this, and you can put in LS. Now, the effects don't remain as long most of the time. If you can really grave it in there with your mind into a place, or usually into a place, then it'll stick. I'm not sure how long that lasts. It seems to work better long term if you have the physical thing there. You can also infuse it into music, like my wife. She's got a whole album that she infused the LS sigil into, so that it'll have the Ellis awakening magic-y effect all through it. It's the Ember Days soundtrack, music.sjtucker.com, in case you were, you were interested. It's a really awesome album, but that's not what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can infuse it into magic, into whatever you're doing. You just hold the LS sigil in your mind. You channel that resonance, that magic, into whatever you're doing, or you project it and into wherever. And yeah, you can do that without the physical thing. It takes some practice. Yeah, I think that was about all I had to say. And since I don't have any video editing software, this is what you guys gonna get. I hope you liked it, and I'm sorry that the quality sucked and that I can't fix anything. Yeah, so peace out.